so today I'm going to do my week 9 and week 10 pregnancy update. I am officially on week 11 today, so I wanted to get week 9 and 10 up for you super quickly before it got too far into week 11, and I'm super excited to update you. There hasn't been anything too new since my last update video where I announced I was pregnant, and I will link that down below if you want to see my first one as well. But a couple of things that I forgot to mention in that video that I've noticed throughout my whole pregnancy, even before I started taking my prenatal vitamins. One thing I have noticed is that my nails have been growing super duper long and thick, and they just feel really resilient. I've always had long nails that grow pretty quickly, but now they grow even quicker and they just feel even thicker, so they feel the nicest that they have in a long time, probably since my childhood. They just feel super thick and they just grow really nicely, and I'm so out of breath right now. Okay, I had to run into the other room for a second, and I don't know why I'm so out of breath right now. But anyway, the other thing that I wanted to say is I noticed that my toenails have been growing super duper long as well, which obviously they're nails too, but my toenails have never really grown that long that quickly. I always cut them probably about 2 or 3 weeks because they grow super short compared to my actual nails, which grow quicker. But my toenails have been growing super long, and that is also one of the things that I first noticed when I first became pregnant, is that I had to cut my toenails a lot more often. And it was kind of weird. One thing I forgot to mention as well is when I first got pregnant, my hair was super duper oily, so I would wear it up a lot. But ever since like the first couple of weeks, my hair has been super thick and growing super long, and it just looks really full and voluminous. I probably do need a haircut, but I just love how thick it is at the moment, and it just feels really healthy as well. Could also be because I'm not dyeing my hair at the moment, because I'm kind of sketch about that. I'm not sure, I don't know if it's worth risking it, even though some people say dyeing your hair is okay. I'm not sure at this moment if I want to do it, so I'm just leaving it as is for now. Another thing that I forgot to mention, I feel like I forgot to mention a couple of things in my last video just because there's so much information to tell you guys. But throughout my pregnancy, I have felt little stretches. It's like a pain, like a side stitch in my ribs, especially my left side. Sometimes it's on my right side, but I always feel like it's mainly on my left side, and I feel like that's probably because my body is stretching and growing and making room for the baby. And I did look it up, and I think it said that the uterus is growing, so you will feel some stretches. It was also down in my lower belly as well, and I do feel like the baby is probably on the left side because I have felt more stretching on that side, but sometimes it is on the right side. It all kind of depends. Still occasionally getting headaches. I think it's actually because of allergies, because I watched some other pregnancy videos and they said it was because of possibly allergies. And I have noticed that throughout my whole pregnancy, my nose has been super stuffed up, and it's just getting worse and worse. And work is honestly the worst place because it's so dusty in there, and I'm always sneezing all day long. So I'm looking at this site on week 9, what to expect, and it says that, would you believe your baby is already having his or her first graduation? Yes, already? It's true. At 9 weeks pregnant, your scholar-to-be has ended their embryonic stage and is entering the fetal period now. Goodbye, embryo. Hello, fetus. So it says that you're going to be a lot more tired during week 9, which was pretty true. Your fetus is now about 1 inch long and the size of a medium green olive. So I guess about that big. And head has straightened out and is more fully developed. The ears are much more prominent, and some new organs, the liver, the spleen, and the gallbladder, are forming. At week 9, I did unfortunately have really bad morning sickness a couple of times. Other than that, for week 9, I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. But for week 10, it was basically the same, except for I started to feel like I wanted to be healthier again. I started to get more motivated to eat more fruits and veggies and not just pure junk food, pure fatty foods. I actually got the motivation to be healthier and eat some healthier foods. But one day I had Sonic and it just didn't sit very well with me at night, and when I woke up that morning, I still had indigestion and heartburn from the chicken nuggets, and I had to wake up at 4 o'clock because it was one of my days where I had to go to work at 5, and it was the worst morning sickness that I have ever had. It just wouldn't stop. And then of course I went to work after because I don't know, I'm a sucker, and I still went to work, but I was suffering so much, and that was definitely the worst morning sickness that I've had. And ever since then, at the beginning of week 10, I have tried to be a lot healthier. So at week 10, it seems like your baby is starting to build bones and cartilage. So it says to increase your fiber intake to cope with constipation. That is good to know. I did feel quite a bit constipated in week 10, but it's gotten a little bit better since my diet has gotten better. Your baby's growth is fast and furious when you're at 10 weeks pregnant. He or she is nearly 1.5 inches long and the size of a prune, but not nearly as shriveled, even with all the time spent in the water. In fact, your baby is really taking a human shape now. The baby's stomach is producing digestive juices, the kidneys are producing larger quantities of urine, and if your baby is a boy, he is already producing testosterone. How manly. So that is a little update for week 10, which is pretty cute. In week 10, I started to notice, I don't know if you guys will be able to notice, but my hands are swollen, and I don't know if that's normal for this early in my pregnancy, but I don't know if you guys can even tell, but my ring's a little tight already, and my fingers are just bloated. You probably can't tell because I don't really show off my hands that often, but for me, my hands are bloated, my fingers are really chubby looking, and so far that is the only place that I have noticed that is really bloated is my hands. So I don't know if that's because I use my hands a lot at work. I don't feel like my face is swollen. Actually, it might be it's a little swollen. It's not horrible, but I feel like it's a little rounder looking. Also during week 10, I think also because my diet had gotten a little bit better, I started to feel a bit more energy, and I was able to do a really good workout. I still don't work out that much. I probably only worked out a couple times during my pregnancy, but I had a really good workout one day, and it just made me feel really motivated. I don't want to push myself too hard because I definitely know there's limitations to working out now, but for most of the stuff I'm just using my own body weight to do stuff that I would have done with weights and stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I will leave a link to the previous video down below, and I still want to have my husband come in and do a video with me. Hopefully we can get our schedules together and we can do that video on how we both found out, because I want to get that up for you guys, and I want to get that up for ourselves as well. So yes, leave a comment down below. I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.